Come behind the scenes with me this week as I continue to prep for my upcoming market, make more stuff for the store shelf, and hopefully a custom order that I am going to be confirming as well. The printers have been busy, there's lots going on, and I want to show you guys different ways this week to be able to grow your businesses. My name is Ashley, and I have built a six-figure bakery from my home, and now I am taking what I learned to build that business to build our home 3D printing business. But this time I'm taking you along with me so that you too can build a business from home. It's going to be a busy week around here. I'm excited for you to come along with me. Make sure that you hit that like button and leave a comment on what your favorite print is that you're going to see this week. And without further ado, let's get into it. This is something that's very exciting and not something I'm used to. It is a big thanks to all of you for watching and liking and commenting. But I got my first box of filament sent to me. So this will be from everyone who I have talked about before on the channel. Actually, I'll show you. We'll go through and we'll see what they sent me. So I did specifically ask for this one because it's one that I love using for different dinosaurs and even turtles. And this is their matte gradient Shire. So you can see the color gradient in there. It's yellow to green. It's so good for dinosaurs. I actually need to print more Flexi Factory bone dinosaurs for my night market that's coming up. So I will do it in this and I will show you how it comes out. And then we also have, this is says tricolor silk PLA, red, yellow, blue. So let's take a look at this one. Oh, that's really nice. You can't even actually see the blue. Maybe on this side. There it is. So there's your blue, your yellow, your red. I think I might do some snakes in this. I think that they'll turn out pretty good. So again, I will show you that. And then this one says the rainbow silk. So this is probably, I'm guessing it's going to be the brighter silk PLA that they have. I have used this one before, again, with the Flexi Factory dinosaurs. Yep. So you can see it's a nice, bright, colored silk PLA with a lot of variation in it. I've done snakes with that one too. So I will find something fun for that. And then this is another gradient called Maple Leaf because I'm Canadian, so had to go with the maple leaf. This was one that I actually had asked for this specific color too because I have not tried it before. And I thought that it would also make some really nice dinosaurs or snakes. So you can see it's like an orange to red gradient. I think it's going to look so good with the dinosaurs. So I am going to get printing with some of this filament. Thank you so much, everyone, for sending it to me. I've used their filament almost from the start. So this is really awesome to get these rolls sent and to be able to keep using it, try some new ones. And of course, I'll show you guys how it all turns out. Okay, so I have all of the printers going right now with different prints with the One filament. So this is the Shire filament. I'm using up what I had left on that one spool. So that's the new spool. And I am doing 2 of the bone T-Rexes by Flexi Factory. Again, these prints are super popular and they look great on tables at markets. So I am very low on them. So I'm going to be doing more of those over the next couple days. And then on this one here, this is the maple leaf filament, so the red and orange. And this is the bone snake by Flexi Factory. These are really cool the way that they move when you're holding them and do really well at in-person events because people just love seeing them and picking them up and seeing how they move. So I always like to have a few of these snakes on the table, and I do think that this color is going to turn out so nice. And then the last one over here is I am just doing more of the articulated snakes that I put the glass eyes on. And this one is happening in the silk tricolor PLA. So this is the red, yellow, blue. We will see how those ones come out when they're done. I bet that they're going to look pretty good. So I will show you all of these models when they're done. They're quite lengthy prints. So the T-Rexes have 8 hours and 20 minutes left. The snake is 8 hours, and then the smaller snakes are just over 5 hours. So none of them will be done before I go to bed tonight. So we'll check back in the morning and see how they all turned out. Okay, I was going to wait till morning to show these gradients just when they were done, but I really want you guys to see them in action and see exactly why I love the Airy One matte gradients so much, because I just love how they transition between the colors. So that's the two T-Rexes. This is the snake we have going here. You can really see it on the front there. The rest of the snake's kind of hard to see just because of the printer. And then over here, this is the tricolor one. And the tricolor is looking really nice, how it's coming out. I don't really see the red. It almost looks more like a purple, green, blue to me, but it looks really good. And I will show you again in the morning once these are fully done so that you can see exactly how they turn out when they're finished. So we have the two printers done here. So this is again the Flexi Factory Snake, and I'm so happy I chose to do that in the maple leaf. The orange and the red just look so good. And then this is the Shire one for the T-Rex. So I am going to get these off of the plates because I want to get another snake printed. I'm going to print the next snake in the green and yellow. I'm going to switch the filaments so that I can do the snake again on the mini. And I'm going to do either a Stegosaurus or something else, one of the other dinos that Flexi Factory has, the maple leaf, and I'm going to do the snake in the Shire. And then I also want to get printing today some jewelry boxes to have at the store, and I want to have one or two with me for the market. So I need to get a move on those as well. So busy day ahead in here and in the bakery. So let's get to it. So here we have the snakes, and you can see how good the tricolor filament did come out on them. I love how shiny they are. I love that each side of the snake that you look at has a different appearance. And I'm just going to show you quickly how I put on the glass eyes. It's so easy, just a dab of crazy glue on there. I already matched up some eyes beforehand. And I just put a small dot of crazy glue on each one and then attach the eyes. And this just lets you see exactly how they turn out. I really do think that this just takes the snakes up a notch compared to the 3D printed eyes. And then these are just the eyes that I put on the other two off camera to show you how good they all look. Okay, so popping back in to see how they're going since I made the switch. So I ended up choosing to go with the Velociraptor for the next two that I'm doing. So you can see those going in the orange. Again, just such a nice gradient. And the snake over here in the green. On this printer, I am just working on a jewelry box. I have a custom order coming through that I'm hoping to finalize tonight for a local baseball team. And they need approximately 45 keychains with their logos and three of the big hype. So that's something that I'm hoping to get confirmed tonight. And I will get working on it probably over the weekend because they actually need it for next weekend. So it's very quick in terms of when it needs to happen for the turnaround. But I'm so happy to do it and then to be able to showcase that stuff out to my community so that other baseball teams for the season can see it and maybe they want to get on board with it as well. I have to get back into the bakery though to finish in there so that I can get working on the samples for them for the keychain and the hype chain, send over those digital images, and then get their approval on it. If there are people watching this who haven't used the Maker Lab image to keychain feature to be able to learn how to do all of this stuff, and you want me to walk you through it, drop a comment below. I can definitely do that in a future video. It's a great thing to do. It's really awesome to be able to offer that to your local teams. And again, I'm always happy to show you different ways to grow your business and make you stand out from the other businesses around you. So drop it in the comments, and I will come back shortly and show you how these are all printing. Okay, taking a quick break to jump back in and just look at our progress. And I wasn't going to do a video, but I wanted to because I just want you to see this gradient and just how good it looks. Also, I realized I didn't show you the T-Rex once it was up off the plate yesterday. So this is what the T-Rex looks like once it's standing up. Such a nice gradient. And then this was our snake. The head prints in two pieces, much like the T-Rex head also did. And then this one for the Velociraptor, the head prints completely separate, and then you snap on those two pieces. Whereas with the snake here, just the top of it prints separate. These are all, again, Flexi Factory, but you can see, if you can hear it and how it wiggles and everything, it's a super popular choice, especially at markets. So then you can see how the green one is printing here, really like how the gradient has come out. Again, it's always a crapshoot when you do gradients because you don't actually know how it's going to turn out in terms of where the colors are going to fall. But for the most part, all my experience with them is they pretty much look great no matter what you're doing. So that's those. I've got drawers printing over there for a jewelry box. I sent off the mock ups for the local baseball team. So I'm just waiting back for confirmation on that. And I'm actually going to another event tonight for another local baseball team that is a part of a much bigger league in my city. And my plan is that as soon as these guys are finished, there's only a half an hour left. I'm actually going to print off probably 3 or 4 keychains with their logo on it. I have their logo because I printed a hype chain for them before, but not keychains. So I'm going to print off 3 or 4 keychains for them and bring them and give them to them at the event in hopes that could turn into something else. It's a small amount of money for me to put in terms of actually printing those items and putting the keychains on them, but it could turn out to be something that's worth way more in the end. This is a big part of how I built my bakery up. When I would create something new, I would let people in the community taste test that new item. It always worked really well for my bakery, and I love being able to do that for different things in the community too. Not everything, but I am going to a fundraiser, and I think it just really will be great because I can hand them the keychains and say, "Hey, use these how you want to use them tonight." And I just think that it'll go over really well. So I will let you all know how that goes, and I'll show you the keychains when they're done too. Good morning, everybody. So there's nothing like coming into a print that's 12 hours in to realize that you mapped the colors wrong. So this is supposed to be the new crocodile by 3D Gob, and the body is mostly supposed to be this Shire filament, which I thought would look really nice with the variation in color. And it turns out I mapped the colors wrong. So, because it's nearly done at this point, I'm just going to let them go and I will figure out what to do with those ones. And then I will have to start the other ones again. I did the bone colored snake from Flexi Factory last night. I print this snake in this bone color actually quite a bit, and it's a fairly popular choice. And then this is the start of my custom order that I'm working on. So this is for a local baseball team, and they just wanted these individual tags for each of their players. And then I'm going to be making 3 of the hype chains as well. So that will be happening over the next few days because they do need those by the end of the week. That is all for now. I will touch back in as I continue to work on this order. Okay, hello everybody. One of the last videos before I will start editing this video for this week, but I did redo the 3D Gob crocodiles, and I am so happy again with how this gradient turned out, especially, let's see if I can get one of these little heads off of here. Just look at how good it looks. Like, it just adds so much more to your prints. It looks so good when you have that gradient in there. Let me just get one put together quickly here, and then I will show you what it looks like together. So there he is. Way better, in my opinion, than just plain green. So much more interesting. I think this guy is going to do so well at the night market and I will get a couple onto the store shelf at the end of the week when I head back there for that. I have this custom order is still going. You can see my pile of finished ones here. These ones are going. I think this will put me up to 35. So I only need 7 more after this. And then I have to get to working on their height chains. Now, they actually want their height chains done a little bit different. And it took me some figuring out because in Maker Lab, when you use the image to keychain feature, it only allows you to put one attachment onto it or one hole or whatever. So I had to figure out how I was going to get the second attachment on because what they actually want to do is what my original plan was this was going to get put onto a circle and that would be made into the height chain because I don't want to have the attachment hanging from this. This is a water tower that's in our town. And I didn't want the attachment hanging from the water tower because that could then be a weak point, right? Kids likely won't be super careful when they're using these. So I didn't want this to snap during their baseball season. So what she had asked for though was to be able to put an attachment on either end, keep this shape and essentially blow this up as the hype chain itself. So that's what is happening. I did figure out how to get the attachment onto both ends. So I am going to make one of those later on to see how it turns out. And then there's going to be 3 in total. So I'll go with the first one before printing out the next 2 and we'll see how it turns out. And then I also made these cute, just little tags for another local baseball team here in Bimbrook. This is the one where I went to their fundraiser on Friday night and I had brought 2 of them with me and they gave them out with prizes. And then the organizer of the fundraiser actually wanted a couple for themselves. So I printed 2 more for them, but really cute. And this was another one where their logo is just the yellow and red part, but they use the blue as a tertiary color for their team. And I couldn't just use their logo part because this would have been obviously too flimsy on its own, really prone to breaking. So I just made the blue circle as the background. So that is it for now for what's going on in here. I've got to get these crocodiles off. I've got to get something else printing on there. I need to get something going on the A1 Mini. Have lots to do for the rest of the day. Oh, and I do want to show you, I don't think I showed you how the velociraptors came out once the heads were attached and everything was done. So, again, really awesome gradient. Can't say enough about this. I'm so appreciative of everyone for sending me the filaments that they did. So, just so I can show you guys, because even just something that's this simple as taking a basic print and then using a filament that is going to have the gradient in it will take your print up a level and people will really enjoy it. Always something to keep in mind. That's going to be it for right now. I will try to do one more video later of what else I get up to if I can. If not, then in next week's video, you'll see more of what I'm getting up to for the upcoming night market and to finish anything else off for refilling the store shelf at the end of the week. That is all for this week. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I really hope that you enjoyed it. This week was really focused on behind the scenes and everything that's going on. I've had some of you tell me that you do want to learn about having a Google business page. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit in the upcoming videos. And then for people who really want to deep dive, I will do a future video that shows you how to set it up. I think it's really important for people to understand just how important it can be for their business to have one of those. Thank you again so much to everyone for sending me the filament. I've had so much fun with it this week. It's filament that I've used almost since the beginning of my business. So I know how reliable it is, but I'm just so in love with the new Maple Leaf one that I've never tried before. So I hope that you guys will give it a shot. Check the description below. I will put a link down there for you, and you'll get a little bit of a discount if you use that link. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can keep up as I continue to prepare for my next market. And I will be refreshing the store shelf in a few days. I'll show you all how that turns out and what I decide to put in the store. Until next time, happy printing.